Mercedes to quit F1 in 2021. Toto Wolff provides major Lewis Hamilton update. Liberty Media are planning a massive overhaul of rules once the current agreement between teams expires at the end of next season. F1 bosses want to make the sport more competitive so that the winner of races is more unpredictable. Hamilton is one of many drivers who has not committed his future beyond 2020 because he wants to first check out the new regulations. Talk has been rife over possible breakaway sport. Those rumors were fueled when Automotor Sport reported Wolff met with Bernie Ecclestone, former Ferrari president Luca di Montezemolo, and Racing Point owner and billionaire Lawrence Stroll last month. But Wolff insists those discussions were not about taking Mercedes out of F1, meaning Hamilton will always have a home with the Silver Arrows. Lawrence Stroll invited me to Stud and Bernie has a chalet there, he said. Talk of another series is nonsense. We want to fully support Liberty in their Formula One campaign. Meanwhile, Mercedes got off to the best possible start to the season as they secured a 1-2 finish at the Australian Grand Prix. Valtteri Bottas won his first race in over a year, finishing 21 seconds ahead of second-placed Hamilton. And the Finn was delighted to make the best possible start to the season after also picking up a bonus point for the fastest lap. I am really pleased with the race start because that was the key to getting into the lead, Bottas said. I had the pace and it would have been a shame to be stuck behind another car and waste that. I could really use that pace I had and push when I needed and enjoy it. Next news: Hamilton, Verstappen's Honda-powered Australia success reminiscent of Senna. Lewis Hamilton said Max Verstappen's impressive Australian Grand Prix powered by Honda put him in mind of his hero Ayrton Senna's many successes with the Japanese marque on board his McLaren. Verstappen took third in Melbourne, Honda's first F1 podium in over a decade. Having split the Ferrari pair Sebastian Vettel and Charles Leclerc in qualifying, Red Bull star Verstappen closed down the ailing German and overtook him to secure third place, putting Honda back on the podium for the first time since the 2008 British GP. Verstappen ended the race on Hamilton's tail, but the Mercedes man had enough up his sleeve to secure a 1-2 for the Silver Arrows behind Valtteri Bottas. And the reigning drivers' champion welcomed Red Bull's apparent step up with Honda, whose greatest successes came in the back of McLarens driven by Senna and Alain Prost in the 1980s and 90s. It's great to see the improvement that it's had for the team, Hamilton said. They were with Renault for such a long time and he, Verstappen, was able to pass the Ferrari. The Red Bulls are there with us and I think we're going to have a really great battle through the year between the three of us. I remember growing up watching Ayrton drive the Honda, and McLaren, and they were a formidable force back then and it's great to see them back up there. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner, often the fiercest critic of Renault in the past, saw plenty of reason for cheer after the first outing with Honda. They've given us a great product over the winter, the engine's delivering good power and it's been reliable, Horner told Sky Sports. To pass Ferrari and to be racing wheel to wheel with them is really positive. Next news: Schumacher pinpoints reason for Williams' woes. Ralf Schumacher, who won all 6 of his F1 victories with Williams, thinks the problem at the ailing British team could be its management. After finishing bottom of the constructors' standings in 2018, Williams looks set to struggle again in 2019 after a dreadful start. Williams were late to pre-season testing with their car, which ran significantly slower than the rest at the Australian Grand Prix, with Robert Kubica and George Russell finishing last. Chief Technical Officer Paddy Lowe was placed on gardening leave ahead of the season amid the team's woes. Schumacher told motorsporttotal.com that the struggling Grove outfit is currently being run with fear and terror, adding it was the same as when Sir Frank Williams ran the team alone in the 70s. Williams has a very special leadership style. As long as Patrick Head was there it was balanced, he said. It's a style of leadership from the 70s and 80s, a bit of a reign of fear and terror. It's a shame, because I think people need to be motivated. Head, though, has long retired, and the team is now run by Sir Frank's daughter Claire. With the current structure, Williams cannot get the best out of its employees, because there is no team cohesion, Schumacher said. The engineers are working against each other more than with each other. Unfortunately, Claire has kept her father's habits, and she should certainly wonder if that is the right job for her. Perhaps Williams' team management needs to be restructured. A man, Lowe, who has just been fired was very successful at other teams, and even he failed to put Williams back on track. That's enough to start asking questions. Next news, Briatore doubts Ferrari will challenge Mercedes in 2019. Flavio Briatore thinks Ferrari will be unable to win the World Championship in 2019. Some are tipping the Italian team to bounce back in Bahrain, believing that after dominating winter testing, Ferrari still have a car capable of taking on Mercedes. Ferrari standing as pre-season favourites melted away in Melbourne as Valtteri Bottas secured a dominant victory after Lewis Hamilton had secured pole position a huge 0.7 of a second clear of Sebastian Vettel in third. And former Renault boss Briatore is not so sure that the story will change significantly next week in Sakir. It will be very hard for them, he told Radio Capital. Nothing has changed since last year. They had 3 months of winter to prepare the cars and Ferrari did not even close the gap to Mercedes. Briatore thinks Mercedes are once again the clear favorite. With Mercedes so strong, the only competition is between Hamilton and Bottas, said the Italian. To beat them, Ferrari needs to recover 8 or 9 tenths. I say Mercedes will continue to dominate. Yes, Australia is atypical, but if you are strong everywhere. When the apologies begin at the first race, it will be very hard. When asked where he thinks Ferrari is lacking, Briatore said, everything must work, but what we have now is a tire championship rather than a driver championship. The race is so technological that you only hear the commentators speaking about tires, rather than the gladiators fighting. Next news, Williams being a run with fear and terror. Ralph Schumacher, who won all 6 of his F1 victories with the British team, thinks the problem at Williams could be its management. He told Germany's motorsporttotal.com that the struggling Oxfordshire-based outfit is currently being run with fear and terror. Schumacher, 43, said it was the same as when Sir Frank Williams ran the team alone in the 70s. Williams has a very special leadership style. As long as Patrick Head was there it was balanced, he said. It's a style of leadership from the 70s and 80s, a bit of a reign of fear and terror. It's a shame, because I think people need to be motivated. Head, though, has long retired, and the team is now run by Sir Frank's daughter Claire. With the current structure, Williams cannot get the best out of its employees, because there is no team cohesion, Schumacher said. The engineers are working against each other more than with each other. Unfortunately, Claire has kept her father's habits, and she should certainly wonder if that is the right job for her. Perhaps Williams' team management needs to be restructured, he added. A man, Paddy Lowe, who has just been fired was very successful at other teams, and even he failed to put Williams back on track. That's enough to start asking questions. said Ralph. Thank you for watching the video. Be sure to share and subscribe to your channel to get the latest sports news around the world. Wished health and success. Goodbye.